collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the second wave of the 5-inch Sega figures from Jakks Pacific. We have the Weredragon from Altered Beast and Roo from Streets of Rage. Now looking at these, the first thing that I noticed is that the artwork is apparently specific to the game and not the character. So I used to go to Walmarts and see them all on the pegs and think they were all werewolves. Maybe there were some Weredragons in there. I used to think it was all Axel. Maybe there were some Roos in there. I don't know. Usually I would look through them, but every once in a while I'd be lazy and not do that. So if you are looking for these guys in stores, might be worth checking each individual figure on the pegs, which I thought was kind of interesting because most of the other characters in this line, like Musashi from Shinobi, Golden Axe so far, well, that at least shows all three of the main characters. But for the most part, the artwork has matched the figure inside. This is kind of the first time in my mind that that's not happening. So just something to be aware of. But the distribution for these guys was terrible. I had such a hard time finding them. Again, I've never seen them in stores. They kind of went up on Walmart.com and then were gone immediately and then just never seen again. But they have recently kind of started showing up on Walmart.com again. That's how I got these two. So, I think Walmart.com is probably your best bet. And honestly, I haven't seen them anywhere else. So I would assume this line is exclusive to Walmart, because I have not seen it offered anywhere else for retail price. I mean, there's sellers on Amazon and things that are selling these, secondhand, and the prices match. So if you're trying to find these for the retail price, which, by the way, is about $9.99, it's a pretty good price for figures this size, this detailed, I think. But yeah, definitely, I think Walmart.com is your best bet. But yeah, you can see that these guys are humongous. For once, they're actually filling the entire bubble, which we haven't seen for quite some time. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I think this guy looks amazing. I think this guy is really, really cool. And then over here, I mean, it's a kangaroo with boxing gloves. What more do I need to say? That's fantastic. So I'm excited. I'm going to go ahead and get these two out of the packaging here so we can take a closer look. All right, so here they are out of the packaging. And I got to say, both of these guys look pretty phenomenal. I mean, the fact that these are both $10 figures kind of blows my mind. So we'll start here with the Weredragon. I think the head sculpt is great. Really nicely detailed. You have these fins on the side painted a lighter green. The red for the eyes looks really great. The inside of the mouth and the teeth are all painted. The horns, you have this lighter shade of green on the inside of the wings, and you can kind of see like a nice effect here on the chest as well, where it's kind of a gradient into the darker green. And the texture, all the scale texture across his entire body. The spikes on his feet are painted. On his nails on his claws. I mean, it's a great looking figure. $10. So it is possible to make good, reasonably priced figures, and everyone else is price gouging us. I'm just going to say it. The wings look great. Really nicely done. They are on these kind of tiny little hinges, which can be a little precarious, but I think as long as you're careful with them, it'll be okay. And you can swivel them up and down as well. The head has a swivel kind of here at like the second ruffle. And then there's also a swivel at the base of the head as well. So I can't tell if you can move it other places. It's kind of weird the way it's done, but I would say you definitely have a swivel, and then at the base of the head you have a swivel. The mouth does not open and close. It just kind of stays open like that, but I think that's fine. You have a butterfly joint. You have a nice hinge and rotation at the shoulder, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. Some of them work a little better than others, I'll be honest. The one over here, the way it's done, like only the top one kind of moves. It's like, I don't know if this is just the way this is attached, but this one doesn't feel like it wants to move all that much. And I don't want to break it because it took me so long to find this one. He's got kind of a weird ball joint at the abdomen here. It moves around, but it's like it can go side to side, but kind of up and down. It's very limited. Nice ball joint here at the hip. Kick out to the side up there. Got a thigh swivel right below that. Double jointed knees, which work pretty well. And then you have a nice big hinge and a rotation down here at the foot. So again, paint applications, articulation, I think all of it is fantastic. Really, really like the look of this figure. Oh, I forgot the tail. So there's a hinge here at the tail, but you can also spin it around. And then there's just a simple swivel down here. I will say most of the time I'll kind of put it like this because he's very top heavy with the wings, and so he does have trouble standing. So sometimes I have to kind of use his tail as a little bit of a kickstand. Let me see if I do it this way. If I put him in more of a kind of crouching position, might be able to. Let me see. Utilize those double jointed knees. Yeah, that kind of works. If you put him in more of a kind of crouching position so that his weight is shifted forward, then he doesn't have a problem standing. I mean, he's great. This is so cool. I just think this big dragon man is the coolest thing ever. Oh, also, he has this little effect piece. It's very basic, but basically you can see this little part here. You just kind of wedge it into his mouth so it looks like he's shooting lightning out of his mouth. It's not the best. It's not the worst. I think it works fine. Just kind of a cool little effect piece there. But even if he had no effect piece, this guy's awesome. I mean, so big. He has a nice heft, feels solid. The texturing, the paint applications. I think I forgot to mention there is a hinge at the wrist as well. So that has a hinge as well as a rotation. But yeah, he's just cool, man. He's really, really cool. Roo is also cool, but a little bit of a letdown. I mean, the head sculpt I think looks great. I got no problems there. This is on a ball joint. Nice paint applications for the ears, the eyes. Little simple, but I still think everything looks good. He's got this kind of broken collar around his neck, which is kind of a cool piece. His arms are very thin, though, and so it kind of worries me, but all the same articulation is there. You have the butterfly joint, the hinge, and the rotation at the shoulder, bicep swivel. The double-jointed elbows feel a little loose, though, and that's kind of what worries me. But you can also swivel the gloves, and you can see they have a hinge there as well. He has a ball joint in the abdomen. When it comes to the legs, technically he's got a real solid, nice ball joint there, and you can move these all around. You can even spin these inside like the shorts. But I wouldn't really bother with the knees at all because I tried to bend this up, and it stressed the plastic right here. Luckily, I put it right back, and it didn't really leave a huge lasting mark or anything. But because he's meant to be kind of in this crouched position, you can't really do much with the double jointed knees. They're there, but these are pretty much, I mean, this is not doing anything because you can't come forward with it. And I guess technically you can move this up a little bit, but to make him kind of balance, you kind of just want these almost at like a full 90-degree angle. And then you do have a nice hinge and a rotation down here for the ankle. So the joints are there. And like I said, the hip joints are great. The ankle joints are great. But I feel like because of the way he's made and because of how big they made these like knee pieces, you unfortunately can't like straighten his legs out. He has to be crouched like this. And then he does have a hinge and rotation at the tail, very similar to how the dragon's tail works. But I mean, he's still a kangaroo with boxing gloves, so I mean, you can't go wrong. He looks cool. And then he has a little effect piece that you can kind of put over top of one of the boxing gloves, so it kind of looks like, you know, he's punching with a fireball. Again, not the best, not the worst, it's fine. But yeah, they're both cool. I like them both a lot. I think the dragon is definitely the clear winner. Just my personal opinion. Again, not that there's anything wrong with Roo, but because you can't really move his knees at all, he has to kind of stay in this pose. But still cool. I still like it. But also, like, because of the way the feet, you kind of have to leave the feet out to the side as well. You can't really have them coming in. I mean, I guess unless I really put the legs in together, then they can come in a little bit. But they're kind of angled the way they're made. At least this one is. Did they give me two of the wrong foot? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But see how, like, if I try to bring this in because of the way it rocks, I can't just, like I wish there was a swivel. Is there a swivel here at the... Nah, see, if there was, like, a swivel right here under the bandages, that would work. But there's really not. So his legs kind of have to stay out to the side. So, yeah, just Roo's legs are a little weird, and that kind of makes posing him a little difficult. But he still looks good. Like, again, he's got the nice texture everywhere. He's got kind of the highlights done with the kind of like brown paint to accentuate all of his muscles and everything. So, I mean, it's a nicely painted figure. It's just the articulation's a little weird. But again, you know, it's because of the natural stance of the kangaroo. Like, I get it. I understand. And I'm not upset about it. It's just a little awkward because I can't pose him exactly how I'd like. But still not a terrible figure. But, I mean, I just think the dragon just looks so much more imposing and cool. And he's fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, I still recommend both of these guys. But if you can only pick up one, I definitely have to say the dragon is the clear winner for me. But I still think Roo's cool. Again, $10 a piece. You can't beat that. I feel like, for $10, even with his weird kind of leg posing, I still think he's cool. I still think he's cool. And he's a pretty well-made figure. Let me see if I move his tail. Will that help him? Yeah, that helps him stand a little bit. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think of these two in the comments. Do you have a favorite out of the two? Did you actually find any of these? Were you able to pick them up? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.